Hi everyone, I'm Sher Downing and I'm the CEO and owner of Downing EdTech Consulting, and we are a boutique firm that helps people and technology connect. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about pivoting your mindset. Technology should be here to stay in your business, and we're going to talk through some reasons why that's going to be so helpful for you. I know many of you have transitioned recently due to the epidemic that's going on globally as well as nationally. And while it's a good short-term fix for many of you, I really want to talk to you about how you might want to adopt some things and keep them beyond this when we return back to our new said normal, but also how you can really enhance your business and enhance your productivity by doing this. So I'm going to share some slides with you here, and we will just talk through a little bit about this. So as I said, we're looking to pivot. We really want you to have your mindset on technology, on where it is that it should be. What are some of the things that you can be doing that will be so helpful? So there's no better time to adopt technology. Right now, obviously, it's forced us to get into it and to do that, but also think about the fact that everything is being readily available. If you look at it from a positive perspective, this is like being in a candy store. You're getting the opportunity to test new products for free or for very minimal cost. You're getting to onboard several people instead of just one person, one license. You're really getting that opportunity to test, to market, to see how your clients are reacting, to see how your prospective clients are reacting, how your pipeline is doing, and your own staff. What are the things that you can do that are really starting to see a difference and starting to shift kind of the perspective and the ideals of what's going on? So one of the things that you're going to learn right now, if you haven't already, is people have the luxury of time. We're inundated with social media through Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. All of these things are feeding us constantly, and many times people will skim through them. They'll see things, they'll click on things that they're interested in, they may post one or two, they may even retweet or republish out some other information, but it's hard to catch their eye. You have to start thinking strategically. What are the times of day that you're pushing things out? When might people see this? When are things of most interest to them? What might they utilize if they see it because it's close to what they're going to be doing next? But all of a sudden now you have a captured audience. We have the luxury of time. People are reading through things. People are going through all of their accounts with a leisurely pace. They're taking the time to follow links, to see what other things are connected to them. So this is really important for you because you have the opportunity to get into that mainstream with your business, reach out to your new clients, your current clients, show people that you are still out there, even if you don't have a storefront open at the moment. There's a real opportunity to do this and to keep your presence among everyone else, but maybe even offer some services or some availability to them in a new way. Your audience is captive. They're not going anywhere. And unfortunately, we're not going to be going anywhere for quite a while now, it sounds like. So what can you do for them? What can you give back? This is a great opportunity. One of the things that you can think of is FAQs. You know, if there's a product that you sell or there's something that you do, how can you help them think more strategically about it? Even if they can't purchase right now, they can think about it for the long term. I've seen some different venues from people who are talking about, now that you're home, how to do fixer-upper things, DIY projects in your house. So you can do things that are available there now. You may not get out to the hardware store until later. You may bookmark that and go back to it later on, but they're going to remember those things. If you provide services, perhaps maybe plumbing, electrical, those kinds of things, maybe some quick FAQs of what do people need to be doing? What do they need to watch out for? If they notice something isn't quite right, what are the steps they should look for before calling someone? Because everyone is very concerned about money right now too. And so you want to help them be productive and to do a little bit of analysis before they hire someone to come in or get on a schedule for when someone will finally be available to attend. But you could also even start to push things out. If you do have product available, you can start to offer social media as an opportunity. If you saw it on Instagram, we'll give you 10% off. If you saw it on Twitter, we'll give you 15% off. Lots of different ways to do that. You can even ask questions. I have seen people push out questions and say, hey, if you're still, one of our loyal customers, post something that you enjoyed working with us. And it just keeps that constant feedback, and it keeps that constant awareness of your business. Keep them updated. If your storefront is closed, but you're doing things online, keep pushing things out regularly. One time is not enough to say, hey, effective Monday, we're moving everything online. You should be putting it out regularly so that they're aware of what's going on, and ask them to share that. Here's a link, share with your friends for a discount. Here's a link to look at some of the new things that we're doing. Get your employees involved. If they can add to social media and say, here's someone working at home, still making sure that your product is getting out to you, or that your service is still being available. All of these things can really help maintain you and help still keep things moving forward. But at the same time, you're also keeping a presence. So what can you do to go forward? How will you plan when there's still so much unknown? Well, we can't say effective such and such date, we're going to be doing this. So what can we do? We can tell people every week we're going to give you an update on what we're doing, where we're at, how things are going forward. We really want to keep you involved. We want to let you know how our product services are going and how our shipments are doing coming in and what we're going to do in the meantime. We want to talk to you about, we want to continue to support you. What is it that we can do for you, our clients, and our prospective clients? How can we offer to help? Zoom is an excellent example of that. So when we suddenly realized that we had to start teaching in a different way, Zoom stepped forward and said, okay, here's an opportunity. We're going to give free licenses to K through 12. We're going to help them teach. We're going to help your kids still have access to their teachers and to their friends, and to still have a learning environment. It's just going to be a little different than what they're used to. So it's not something that they did in the effort to raise money. They did it in an effort to help out at a critical time. So think of that on a small scale. What can your small business do for people? What can you as a consultant or you as a small storefront owner do for that? There are a lot of different things going on in the world right now, and there's a lot of opportunities to put some positive energy back out there, but also have your name attached to it. And people will remember that when things return back to the way they were or close to it, and they want to seek out someone to help them or to have your expertise in their business. So we can't plan in a traditional manner, but we can be strategic about it. We can start to really look at what are the things that we do that can be impactful, that we can have some relevance, that we can be considered part of the movement that's moving things forward, and that we're getting some return on investment in the sense of we've got to do social media anyway. We've got to be putting things out anyway. So how can we do it to where we're getting the most value out of it? And we plan. Plan as if you were going for it and you were going to keep technology as that major part of your business. So when you go back, let's say 2 months from now, 3 months from now, why do you need to go back to having weekly staff meetings around a table? Why can you not have one face-to-face staff meeting a month and the other 3 on Zoom? Why do you have to go back to going out and networking or meeting with clients on site? Why can you not offer to do that periodically and other times do it through Zoom or do it through chat, have text availability for people, which can also then offer extended hours because you don't have to actually be in a specific location. There's a lot of opportunities to take this forward. Perhaps you have services that you could do webinars on. What's the benefits of certain types of healthcare or wellness? Can you teach through Zoom? So do you offer yoga classes? Do you offer personalized health plans? You can do all of these things and you can package them in a different way. So don't think about this as a short-term fix. Think of it as We now have people who are ready to use this. We have people that are used to us doing business this way. So how do we take advantage of it as we go forward and still keep it in our portfolio of tools for how to help them out? Identify, what are you doing right now that really is working? Think about it, look through it, talk with the folks that work for you, talk with the folks that you help out, shoot them a quick survey online, offer them something in exchange for it, get feedback, really look at what it is that is working for you and the people are liking that maybe they didn't even realize it before. I've heard a lot of people talk about ordering groceries online. Never would have occurred to them to do it. Now there's a reason to do it, and they're finding they really like it. They like that service. It's freeing up some time for them. They're not having to travel as often, or maybe they're just going and picking up. Maybe it's a drive-through service, but they don't have to go in the store and spend all of that time. It's not that they don't have time to do it. It's just that what could that time be used for elsewhere? And it's the same thing for you. What is it that you're offering your clients, and what is it that you're offering your staff that they're really enjoying or feeling better about it? If you live in a large metropolitan area, travel is extensive just to commute from meeting to meeting. Maybe doing it through video conference can alleviate some of that and alleviate time zones when you're meeting with people across the US or across the globe. So again, think about it. What are the things that you can do, whether you're a small business or a large business, that are really being impactful right now, and you can keep those long term? And take a look at how you can attract a larger audience. We talked a little bit about social media and what are some of the things that you can do with that. But look at what others are doing. Take a look at ads. Watch as things are being fed out. What are things that you can do that are similar in that sense? What audience haven't you reached to this point? So think about it. We all have that target audience that we work with, and we all have that wish list audience that we'd love to get to. How do we reach out to them? How do we get them to understand what we provide and what we do, and how can we bring them forward? So take a look at that. What are the ways that you can use right now when all of those people are captivated? Remember, we talked about your audience is captive. How can you use social media to reach out to them? If you've been using social media, how do you turn it up a level? How do you change what you've done before? Maybe you've done a lot of just informational type social media pieces. Maybe you've just looked at really putting out your name, your website, and your phone number. What could you do for them to change that, to make them notice that you're doing something different, that you're bringing some value to them, even while they're just sitting at home? And how can you ask them to help you? They've really enjoyed your service, please share. If you can give us 3 names to reach out to, here's the discount you'll get when we get back into full service mode. There's lots of things that you can do, and there's lots of way to grow your audience. So start thinking about it. Even if you're an individual consultant, there are things that will make an impact into your audience. And create. What are those campaigns that focus on information, offerings, and outcomes? So what information do you have to share with them now that you're an online business? Even if you're not fully online, think about it. What are the things that you're offering? Can you point out to them the things that are available online from you? Can you point out to them how you're going to expand hours or services, or for a short time you're going to allow something to occur that hasn't been in the past? And push that information out in one campaign. Look at offerings. Are you going to be doing things that are static? So every Thursday at 9 a.m. we will be available. Are you looking to put out information and have live sessions so that people can ask questions? Are you looking to do office appointments online? So every Thursday from 9 to 4, we take hourly appointments to talk with you one-on-one. Whatever those offerings are, start pushing those out. Start offering those things regularly. Good social media practices is that you're sending those things out multiple times a day. You really want to be in the mix of everything else that is going out there, so that not just your folks are seeing it, but the people that maybe have thought about you before or maybe didn't even know you were in business are now seeing it as well, and seeing an offering that they might be able to take advantage of as well. And then look at your outcomes. Start talking to them about what your plans are. Doesn't have to be a deadline date, but you can say, when we return to an open storefront, here are some of the things we're looking to do. We're looking for your ideas. Gather some of those things to use as outcomes. What would you love to see us do once we get back up and rolling again? Or what would you like us to keep online? What are you enjoying from our service or product line online that you'd like us to keep doing that? Focus on the outcomes and then start sharing those, rolling those out so that people can see there's a long-term plan. You plan on being around, you plan on offering those things, and there's an availability to you at all times. Lastly, create a message that is uniquely you. There are a lot of good marketing and social media information out there. There are workshops, there are programs, there are workbooks, lots of things that can help you through this. There are consultants. All of us can help you with this, but ultimately it's your decision. You know your target. You know your product better than anybody. You know how you want to be seen. You will understand your messaging. So work with someone, take an online class. There's time to do so right now. Hire an agency to do it, but ultimately you have that last say on what's going out. So work through that. Make sure that you are having that message so that it sounds like your voice. It's especially if you're a small business, 1 or 2 owners, you want them to continue to hear your voice out there. We're still here and we plan on coming back. Even though we might be shuttered right now, here's some of the things we're thinking about, and we're already planning for when we reopen. Here's the kinds of things we're going to do. If you're a mid-sized group and you're saying we're still offering some services online or we're offering full services online, still keep that message of we've been here, we're going to continue to be here. We look forward to continue serving you and bringing you new products once this crisis is over. Keep that voice your voice. You want to show them this has been a disruption. It's a disruption for all of us, but it's not been an impact to you. Impact and disruption are 2 very different things. Disruption means you've had something thrown in front of you and you've had to pivot and you've had to change the direction that you're going. Impact means you may not be returning. You may have difficulty in keeping your business running or keeping it afloat. You want them to have the comfort level that it's a disruption, but we're going to get through it. We're going to move forward. So, are you still not convinced that keeping technology will aid in your business? Here are a couple of interesting facts from last Friday, March 27th. The Zoom iOS app, the very app that you download to your phone, went from 50,000 daily downloads to 2 million. 2 million people have downloaded and are using this. So think about that. If you were only reaching 50,000 who were downloading a day, even if you were reaching just 5,000 of those people, think about how much that is multiplied since the turn of events. And 85,000 school district and educational groups are also taking advantage of this offer. And you say, well, that doesn't really matter right now because I don't work with anything that has to do with children. I work with adults, or we have products that are adult focused, that are small business. We do consulting. We don't really work with youth or small populations. But think about it. These are kids who now are going to be instantly used to using Zoom. They have no trouble with video conferencing. They have no trouble with learning online. They have no trouble with ordering online and understanding how to download games, do all of these things. And shortly, in a few years, they're going to start becoming consumers, real consumers who will not have to learn how to do these things. If this happened 20 years from now, I guarantee you that the 50,000 daily would not have gone up as much as it did this time around, because we still have a lot of businesses, we still have a lot of individuals not using technology. I know it doesn't seem that way in the world, but there truly are still pockets of areas that don't have access or don't have adequate access to use it. So in 20 years, that number is going to drop significantly because we're all going to be used to using it. And those are people that are now going to become your new clients. They're going to become your new consumers. So you need to think about that. What we're doing today is going to resonate forever going forward. And you have to be ready for that. And you have to know that these are people that aren't going to be satisfied with going back to a storefront, particularly for the younger folks. They're going to be so used to this that they're going to continue moving that forward. Another interesting fact came from the New York Times, which stated, from Zoom University to the Zoom party, we live in Zoom now. We really do. Zoom is where we work, we go to school, and we party these days. That's absolutely true. Everybody right now is using Zoom. Will Zoom be the end-all product? We don't know. There's always new products coming out regularly. There's a lot of different video conferencing products out there. Some of you have worked for places that use a different product. But the fact of the matter is, Zoom stepped up in this time of crisis, and instantly, that's what everybody gravitated towards. So think about that for your own product line, for your own consulting. What's the thing that you can push out and do that suddenly everyone gravitates towards you? No matter how big or how small the audience, what is it that makes that pivot, makes that change? So remember, pivot your mindset. Don't think about technology right now as something that we've just been doing to get by. Think of it as how it should be here to stay in your business. I thank you for attending today, and I thank you for attending this summit. I think you'll find a lot of great speakers are going to be available to you for this 3 days. If you'd like to reach out to me, please visit our website. We have contact information on there, and we're more than happy to visit with you, talk with you about your potential issues that are going on right now, or if you need to, we are happy to take a look at what you're doing and see how it's going. So I thank you again for attending today. Enjoy the conference.